What is happening, beautiful people? Danny Hollywood here. It's day 7 and like I said, this is going to be a comprehensive review. So, let's get the basics out of the way. So, we went to Sorrento for a week and we took off on the 11th of July. So, we're in the middle of July, so obviously the temperature here is really very warm. So, it's been mostly between sort of 30 and 34 every day we've been here. And it has been really warm. Really sweaty warm. So, we've done lots of walking, lots of activities, and we have sweated it out. So that is something to consider. It's not been a problem, it has just been really warm. So we've had lots of breaks, lots of drink stops, lots of shady breaks, lots of time spent in bars, just in between every sort of intervals and hours and things. So that's something to consider if you're going to come here. Let's talk about the hotel. So we stayed at the Grand Hotel Hermitage. Now the Grand Hotel Hermitage is an absolutely fantastic hotel. It's a family-run hotel, and I tell you what, every member of staff makes this hotel the place that it is. It's a beautiful setting. We're on the top of the mountain overseeing Sorrento. You would have seen from the views that we have, we are up in the mountains. That is something to consider, because if you are obviously wanted to be near Sorrento, this probably isn't the hotel for you. Although, saying that, they run a free shuttle service down to Sorrento. It takes 15 minutes max to get down the hill. It runs every sort of half an hour. They do have a break in the middle of the day, so you have the morning slots and then the afternoon to evening slots, and they'll take you up and down the hill, and it is wicked. That being said, the food on offer here has been really good. If food doesn't take your fancy and you don't fancy the 15-minute drive into Sorrento, a 5-10 minute walk, you've got Sant'Agata. Sant'Agata is a small little village that is literally just up there. Up there, there's a few sweet shops, there's a lovely church. There's loads of eateries. We've eaten there a couple of times. We might even eat there tonight. Depends what the menu's like downstairs in the restaurant. Just because Laura's a little bit picky, but there we go. Let's talk excursions. So, obviously, we have a port down at the bottom of Sorrento. Now, that port will take you to all of the islands around the area. It'll take you to Naples. So we personally, we did a day in Capri, we did a day in Naples, and then obviously we did the big bad boy, which is a day in Rome. So we'll start with how I felt they were in order from worst to best. So we'll start off with Naples. Now, there's not a slight on Naples in any form or fashion. Naples was lovely. Just very much a typical city. So, obviously, slightly different to what we have at home. But essentially, it is obviously still a city. So, still a European city. So, lots of things, normal city things you'd find. Still beautiful, still stunning. Obviously, architecture is something else. And obviously, they've got a really nice port, which is wicked. And the food was really good. But, obviously, naturally, just another city. So, there we go. Right, now this is tight, but we're going to go with Capri. So, Capri was so tight to what my favourite destination we went to was. And that's because it is absolutely beautiful. It is an absolutely stunning place. The only letdown, and it's nothing that they could do, nothing that they could control, is that Laura really wanted to do the Blue Lagoon trip. Now, the Blue Lagoon trip is under some gondolas, under some little caves, and it would have been fantastic. The only problem was that it is open with the tide. So, because it's only a small cavern, if the tide is too high, the boats can't get in. So we found that we got there and the tide was too high, and the Blue Lagoon trip was a no-go. Now, it was a shame. Laura was a bit gutted. I was actually quite interested in that as well, so that would have been good. But it did mean that we just had that time just to walk around Capri. One word of warning with Capri. If you're in Sorrento, you'll notice that, and even in Naples, Italy is not as expensive as people say it is. and it's cheap in our area to eat, to drink, everything. In Capri, that is not the case. We were just chilling down by the harbour side yesterday, and I ordered a small 33ml can of Coke, and Laura had a small bottle of water, and it cost €10. So it is what it is. It is fine. It didn't really matter. Just a warning: if you do go to Capri, everything is hiked up. And the big one, right? So we didn't, as you know, we did not know we were going to do this trip, but obviously we got to do a 5-hour day in Rome. Now, Rome was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It was a beautiful place, and I can't believe that, because it's somewhere I wanted to go, that I actually got to go there, even just for that short period of time. Now, with that being said, what that's probably done is probably inspired us to maybe go back again, and actually, because we've got a small little taste of what's on offer, to actually go there for a few days and actually truly experience Rome. So Rome, well done, you've topped my list, bravo! So, let's do an overall review just to see what things we did and didn't like, essentially. So naturally, we've come to Italy and the food was awesome, so good, and so cheap. I'm talking margherita pizzas that are humongous, and they're €5. 5. And they are, without a shadow of a doubt, the very best pizza I have ever eaten, without shadow of a doubt. Prices around here, dead cheap. We were going out on a regular basis, spending €20, getting 2 meals, drinks, the whole shaboodle. Awesome. So travel around here is not expensive. Boat journeys are maybe 15 to €20. They do tend to do them one way, not return. You can get return tickets, but it's not so bad. And the most expensive trip we did was probably to Capri. Capri was about €70, but Naples was only about 50. And obviously boats aren't the only way you can get about. You can get about by buses and trains, and they are a lot cheaper, but obviously naturally you've got to deal with the heat and obviously the possibility of being pickpocketed. Apparently around here we didn't see anything like that, no issues whatsoever, but apparently the safest way to travel is boats. That's the way we chose. Obviously we've come in mid-July, and like I said previously, the temperature is really hot, and it's really hot. It's really like literally clothes drenching sweaty hot, so it is something to consider. If we are going to come back and go and visit Rome, I think we'll probably look to do it more towards the winter, only purely because it will have cooled down a little bit. It'll be much easier to walk around when you're walking around seeing all these sights. I'm in the thinnest t-shirt. These aren't even that thin. I'm in thin t-shirts and shorts, and wow, it was just so hot every single day. Great if you want to spend time by the pool. Not so great if you want to go walking around, which is the sort of thing we do. But it's fine. You can deal with it. It can be done because we've done it. But just a word of warning if you're going to do that. And then our hotel. Like we said, our hotel has been absolutely awesome. It's a beautiful hotel, lovely rooms, lovely service. The staff make the hotel and make it fantastic, and the views are superb. The only drawback obviously is that we are right up in the mountain. We're the very last hotel in the mountain, which obviously can make it slightly tricky for getting around, but it's not really an issue because of the free transport. And there is a local bus service that runs, and it's not expensive, so if you did want to go at a different time, you can. So there we go. Overall, Sorrento, Italy, I pretty much have nothing bad to say about you. The only real negative really is the heat. And that's not really a negative, that's just a woo, it is hot today. So, on that note, I hope you've enjoyed the review. If there's any questions you want to know about Sorrento, Capri and Naples that you don't feel like I've really covered, please feel free to put them in the comments below, and I will get back to you 100%. Any queries, not a problem. On that note, Italy, mwah, awesome. Bravo. Bye!